Kevin, how you doing, brother?
Good, Tim.
Oh, it's the 2023 season for skiing, and we've done some ski reviews. I want to talk a little bit about boots.
Absolutely.
So when you go out there, the philosophy of picking the right boot for you should be the color, should be the brand, should it be like how it fits the first time I put it on? Like when I come into my local shop, and I'm like, I need a new pair of boots because my feet are hurting. There's no reason you should be skiing in pain, right? Like what should I do?
Yeah, it can be so confusing when you look at the wall and you're like, well, I like the looks of that one, but it could be the completely wrong boot for your foot shape. So when it comes to buying boots, you need to, first of all, come on in, talk to a boot fitter, analyze your foot. You know, we have all the tools where we can look at the width of your foot, your instep height, look at your leg shape, how your heel will sit in a boot, things like that. We want to make sure we're picking a boot that's exactly right for your foot shape. So that all starts by just coming on down, starting with the sizing of your foot, then have the discussion about boots and what's going to work best for you.
Okay, because I know traditionally, like when I grew up, I was skiing mostly Langs.
Yep.
And then I've gone from Langs to now I'm in the K2.
Yep.
You know, Mindbender, and for me, and I had Technicas for a while.
Right.
So I just kind of had to open my mind up because I tend to get a little brand loyal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But be like, hey, we just got to see what the fit is.
You know, back in the day, people used to, for example, I'll take Lang as an example. The term was Lang bang, right? Like you'd get this bang on your shins, and so Langs were, you know, a boot you want to stay away from. Well, today, in my opinion, they're some of the best performing boots on the wall. So again, you know, you can't be held up on what you tried or maybe skied in 10, 15, 20 years ago, because all of these boots ski different. I used to ski in Lang, now I'm in a Solomon. I mean, so again, have an open mind when you come in to try boot.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that my feet were hurting, and so that's why I came down here to Gerks and said, I don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where after I skied 10 to 12 days in a season, my feet would be okay, you know, because they kind of get used to it. Now I'm like, I just don't want that pain.
Right. And you know, no one should ski in pain. A lot of people do. No one should ski in pain. A lot of the boots today, they've really done, these different manufacturers have done a good job designing their boots to where we can mold them to your feet. It takes the boot and just makes it that much better when you leave the store. Part of the process is you try on, say, 3 different models. Like we look at your foot, we pick 3. When it comes to that final boot that you're like, yep, this is the one, we move into this sort of molding process, which allows that boot to just relax around your foot. It's as if you skied, you know, 7 to 10 days in them before you even left the store. It's awesome. But beyond that, Tim, there's a lot of customizing that can happen. Sometimes you fit the boot here in the store, you get to the hill, they hurt. Our store, the way we do it is we have a boot fit guarantee. If you buy a boot from us, we want you to come back if it hurts your foot. We've got all sorts of tools over here where we can press and stretch and grind and modify the boot to work better for your foot shape.
Let's say I go to the hill and I'm skiing and my foot starts to hurt a little bit. Yeah. Should I have like a Sharpie and I kind of mark that, or I just remember where it is?
You know, if anything, a lot of it is remembering what it is. Like if you're up there and you have pain on the outside of your foot, you know, when you come back to me and say, gosh, Kev, these boots were good, but they weren't great, the outside of my foot started hurting, I'm gonna go straight to looking at your foot in the shell without the liner and kind of look at where your foot is gonna be in contact with that shell and address that point for you. There's a lot of things. The other thing would be, you know, looking at the type of support you have for your foot. Footbeds are a great way to help kind of lock your foot in to offer not just better performance, but better comfort in the boot as well.
One of the things that I struggle with a little bit right now is that traditionally, like when I was ski racing and everything, I wanted the thinnest possible sock because I wanted direct connection.
Right.
And so I've stuck with those thin socks, but guess what? My toes are getting cold.
Gotcha.
Right? So what do you suggest in terms of like sock and keeping your feet warm, and how should that fit be so my feet just don't feel like they're getting chilly?
Yeah, no, and that's a good point too, Tim. Now, we still recommend lightweight socks, but maybe a sock that has like a merino wool blend to it or something like that. When it comes to our feet and warmth in a boot, it's mostly about circulation. You know, you got to have good blood flow moving through your foot, and if you don't, if it's cutting off that blood flow, you're going to get cold in that spot or what have you. Now, at the same time, Tim, you and I, we're not getting any younger.
We're not.
We're not.
Oh
you
my
know?
gosh.
And
That's unbelievable.
sometimes we need a little help with the warmth in our boot.
Yeah.
And that's where we sell, you know, like heated ski socks even, or, you know, we can do battery operated heaters in the boots.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the only savior. But I still say it all starts with, you know, having the right fit, the right balanced sock with that fit, and good blood flow in the boot.
Okay, well, I think I might have to look at the heaters this year. Just my big toe.
Yeah, I get it.
Big toe.
I get it.
I guess I'm not getting younger.
That's an important toe.
God,
so.
you know, Kevin, I didn't think when I was coming here today that you put the realities of my age on me.
I'm sorry, Tim.
It hurts a
I'm
little
sorry,
bit.
Tim.
It hurts. Well, anyways, hopefully this is useful to you. We didn't go through specifics of each of these brands because each of the brands have some really good attributes associated with it. So pretty much all of these boots are going to be fantastic for the right person. It's more about the fit.
Absolutely.
So if you're in the Seattle area, come on down here to Gerk's. If you're somewhere else, go to that store, have the conversation, make sure it's somebody who knows how to fit those to your feet. Don't live with pain. Don't live with your feet being cold. Get a new boot, step up, get it fit appropriately. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you, Kevin, for the time you spent
Tim.
with us. Get out there, have a lot of fun, enjoy your boots, be comfortable in them, and we'll see you real soon. Later.